Hello everybody, welcome to the Oakhouse Racing Truck Series tonight from Lime Rock Park. We are ready to go for the penultimate round of our season, a season that is hotting up between the top contenders. Logan Gill, having taken over, retaken the championship lead from Howard Peoples last week at Talladega, is nursing a 37-point championship advantage over Howard Peoples. Jason McCook not too far away, and Kevin Nowit's within 100 points as well as some others who are on the outside looking in. It's a road course round to have our penultimate round of the season, as the second half of this season almost draws to a close with its real variation in the cars that we have had. A remarkable season going to be coming to an end very, very shortly. I believe we are pretty much ready to go on our formation lap. It's myself, Ian O'Leary, and Dean Pickles with you for this Motormouth Broadcasting race tonight. It is Brad Compton who's taken the pole from Lime Rock in front of Leo Dermott, who's put in a good performance there, alongside some other big names in this series, like Logan Gill, who starts from third. Jackson Albright will be in fourth place. He's one of those on the outside looking in. He's in fifth place in the championship, 116 back with 2 races to go. Might be too many. Jaden Mulligan is sixth place, just under 150 back in fifth. Jackson Pole rounds off the third row of the grid. Kevin Nowit's down in seventh in front of Wesley Beasley. He's going to need to take some points off of Gill today, otherwise it will be over for him, I would say. Dave Stinson and John Russo then on row 5. Jason McCook and Joshua Wise then will line up on row 6, and I'll go through, by the way, there's been a couple of non-starters, what this all means down the field, but Bill Bosworth's 13th, Howard Peoples only qualifies 14th, a disaster for him in that qualifying session. James Burns and Jason Trocchi are on row 8, with row 9 taken up by Kenneth and Michael Cole. However, Brad Compton and Logan Gill have not taken the start here. They are, well, Compton anyway is on the pit lane, so he's going to be first one out of the pit lane, rejoining here. But Peoples, after all, has been given a lifeline. Good to be alongside you for this one, Biggles. It's going to be a twisty and turny race, that's for sure. Lime Rock's a difficult road course to be our only road course of the season.
Especially come up to this corner right now too, where Jacob. So I mean, Ewan, Jacob was last week as well too. Just filling in for you. Yeah, here. This is going to be interesting to see if anybody's going to be risking it for the biscuit to go too wide through here at full spring. And then a lot of the technical elevation changes too of going up and down will be something that's very, very interesting. More importantly too, that weather condition, look at that. It is overcast and looking quite British weatherish at the moment, isn't it? With a temperature at 31 degrees for the track temperature.
Yeah, indeed. It is pretty cloudy out there. 75 laps here at Lime Rock Park tonight. Should be over an hour of racing here on the road course, and the gaps will get large. It will be a long race, but an important one, a very, very important one as far as this championship is concerned. Peoples and Gill both starting outside the top 10 as the pace car pulls into pit lane. We're ready to go racing from Lime Rock Park here tonight in the Oakhouse Racing Truck Series, live on Motormouth Broadcasting. Here we go, up towards the start finish line, waiting a very long time before getting us underway.
They've called it off, I think.
Oh, they called it off, okay.
I think I heard it say, hang on, we're not going green. Yeah, pace cars come back out again. Not quite sure why. Are they waiting for the 2 drivers in pit road? Compton and Gill, who can't.
See if they rejoin here in a moment. They're both on pit lane, so they are in the session again now. Whether they weren't in there while the gridding process was going on or what was going on there, I don't know. But Gill and Compton are on pit lane there. They are not moving anywhere yet, though. Interesting. So, no, it's clearly nothing to do with them. We're going to have another pace lap. I think that will take a lap off of us under the race. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's just 2 pace laps. But, yeah, pace car pulled in there, and then we didn't get anywhere. I think, though, Jaden Mulligan and Leo Dermott are going to very soon, get their chance to take the green here. And it's actually been Mulligan on the inside because Compton, who qualified on the pole, is not there anymore. So, yeah, this is going to be an all new front row, and Logan Gill not there either. This is very, very unusual to start this race tonight.
Exactly. As for our starting grid that we had earlier, it's just shaked things up a little bit at the moment. They're still in pit road at the moment too, Ewan. So we're just kind of as puzzled as what anybody else is. Thank you very much for tuning in there. Boogity, boogity, let's go for the 52 out there. Lots of people going for the 52. We all know that's Jackson Pole, who's currently sitting in P5 right here. Here's Jackson Pole. fan favourite.
Yeah, indeed. And we get up towards the green, and here we go.
Green flag.
Leo DeMott effectively being in control of the field here, although Mulligan's on the inside of him. The green flag does wave at Lime Rock Park now, and we are underway after 3 laps have been chopped off at the head of this race. Mulligan leads in towards turn 1, and he probably does need to win tonight to keep his very outside chances of winning the championship are concerned, but he's off through turn 1. DeMott takes the lead. Mulligan, overexcited, I think, with the ambition of getting the lead there on the opening lap, has gone straight off into turn 1, and it's Leo DeMott who qualified on the front row. He's taken the lead out of the first sector and leads them on the way down to the uphill chicane for the first time.
And just to let you know, too, we have Brad Compton's gone off track somewhere, I think, at the back there, but Logan Gill, I think, is caught the back of the... There it is. There's Joshua Wise facing in the wrong direction in a dangerous place, but thankfully he'll get to spin the 91 around.
Yep, Gill is not really getting anywhere at the moment. People's up to 12th place as far as this championship is concerned. We'll keep an eye on it over the course of the night. That's Jackson Paul going slightly wide up in front there, and he's getting loose as well. Here comes Jackson Albright now, getting a good run out of the final turn, and he will go through here on the inside, I think, Will Albright. Here he goes on the inside. He's not fully through yet at all.
Oh, Jackson's not going to give it up just yet, my friend. He's going to have to stick a minute through the outside, but should keep it on the track there, Jackson. Oh, for the fifth. I'm sure at the moment the fans have got a big gasp as they're watching our fan favourite number 52 just try to hold on to the position, but it just dropped it a couple there, but still in P4 in this race.
Yeah, indeed, not too far away at all, despite losing that one position to Albright, who is best of those, well, not best of those in the top 5, actually. Kevin Nerrat's up to 2nd place, already 5 places gained from him. Gill and Compton scored 3 laps back here as a result of not doing the laps under the pace car. Maybe that's going to be rectified, and there is the 29. That is Logan Gill. Oh, he's got a different number to our number. That's good. But he's now off us, and everybody's being docked 2 laps here in the order.
Yeah.
So somebody's going through in the race control and actually doing the laps properly now. So we will have a correct field in a second. Oh no, so I think we are. That's as they're crossing the line. Sorry, that's not as they're going.
Yeah.
So we will be back to lap 3 again after this. So the leaderboard's going to go a little bit wonky in a second here.
Yeah, that's still our race leader,
DeMott is still leading this race. Burns and Cole are not race leaders. They're going to cross the line. They're going to drop to the back. And we are on only lap 3 of this race. Gill and Compton, though, are they're not off the lead lap. They're just a long way off the back of the field because they started from the pit lane. There's DeMott, who's dominated the first 3 laps of this race.
That's where the action in this moment. There's Beasley going through there on Jackson. So he's going to sneak himself up into that P4 position. Jackson Pole's in that P5. We have John Russo chasing down Chasen McCook.
Like a good there, on towards turn number 1. He'll get himself through. Waits for McCook, and Russo has a look, but he's not going to get down the inside there. This is going to be a race separated by very, very big gaps at all. That's Michael Cole's 2nd slowdown of this race already. Here comes Gill trying to regain some of these places, up to 13th place now as he's trying to make the progress. Peoples at the moment is in 12th. The 2 championship rivals, the top 2 in this championship, are together already on lap 4.
This is what you like to see. Entertainment. I mean, to be surprised to see them in 12th and 13th, but to them, it's 1 and 2 in the championship. That's all that matters, really, isn't it? So, I don't think Howard's is going to be just moving on by and saying, here you go, Logan. This is going to be a nice little tough fight between these 2 drivers, and you've also got Dave Stinson there, Joshua Wise as well, too, just behind him in this all battle at the moment for P12 in your pictures.
12 points, by the way, between... 3 points between this position in the standings, and that is a slide wide from Peoples. I don't think he's enjoying this road course anywhere like as much as Logan Gill is right now. Gill qualified in the top 3, and he's extending his championship lead as a result of last week's performance at Talladega, but also tonight as well so far. He's up to 12th. How Peoples struggling here, and that might well be the story of this race here, that Gill is going to extend his lead. This is John Russo, who's gone for a spin, and he's got to be very careful rejoining. He's on the inside of the long left-hander of turn 3, and he sensibly reverses out the way.
Meanwhile, battle for P3 and your pitches as well too. Jackson Albright there and Kevin Narat. That's interesting between these two drivers. The leader's gone. The leader is gone. Leo is up the road there by about 4 seconds, just shy of 4 seconds. I just see him there now. But that's interesting. And it also looked like on the front grille of Logan Gill's number 12 truck, or his racing number, not matching scoring and timing. However, he looks a bit dinged up there too. Doesn't seem to be affecting his pace too much.
Gill's up to 9th now. Ahead of Mulligan, who goes deep into turn 1 again, much like he did on lap 1. Although this time it's too late on the brakes. The dive's in deep 4. And there's Peoples. Look at him struggling here massively. That's Mulligan spinning, I think, on the left-hand side there. And, well, he's kept it going, but it's just bad news. Peoples is trying to work his way past now. There's side-to-side contact with Mulligan. And, well...
spin in front of him!
Oh, spin in front too!
Oh.
A spin in front from wide, I think that is. And Mulligan piles in. He didn't have anywhere to go, really. And Peoples gains 2 places.
It's all going now. Pole-shaped here at the moment, isn't it? It's, looks like Jackson Pole did get past Wesley again, and now they're fighting back. Wesley's fighting back. Contact! Oh!
And contact. Pole there as he was trying to turn in. Felt that, I guess would feel that Pete Beasley was not turning in when he should have done. He's not slowing down, so let him back past again. So Beasley will have to regain all that time. He's down to 7th now as Peoples also begins his recovery. Past Kenneth Bone. And now Peoples is into the top 10 as well on a day where he needs to be gaining points on Logan Gill, really.
So Chase, looks like Chase McCook got through here at the moment, didn't it, on that little tangle that they had. And here we go. This is the tricky part. You really want to try to go as straight as possible through it. Now, it says a lot easier than done, isn't it? Rather than trying to slow down a heavy truck that's really not designed for road courses, as you mentioned, as you know. But that's the ultimate racing one that you take through it.
Look at that firing down the inside and straight through there. Jackson Pole to 4th. But look at the gap they got in front of them, by the way. Leo DeMott, Kevin Nera and Jackson Albright are only 4 seconds apart between themselves, but they're 16 seconds in front of the rest. We're only 7 laps into this race. This is going to be a race that is won by multiple seconds, and I would guess there'll be very, very few on the lead lap by the end of this race as well.
You're right on that one. Absolutely. Still that nice little battle brewing up the pitches there for P2. You'll see those occasional little slowdown messages. That's basically... well, it'll indicate that the drivers have gone too far off the track, and iRacing's deemed that could be taken and making an advantage, so thus it will give them a little slowdown. What the drivers will have to do, Michael Cole got one there too, is lift off the gas a little bit and make sure that they are slowing the truck down. If not, and they don't pay attention to that, well, iRacing will end up issuing a black flag. That means that they'll have to serve a drive-through penalty.
Most likely round here to pick that up through turn 5 in the chicane. But there are some places. Well, that was a bit of a slide there from the 07. Getting very close to Albright, or 47 rather, Kevin Nera. And Albright got very, very close indeed behind, but couldn't get himself past. Look how much time again they lose when they're fighting as well, though. 4 seconds was the gap, now up to 6 seconds just on this lap as Jackson Pole has trouble further down the field. He will have got that slowdown. It wouldn't have been a very big one. It would have just been an off-track moment for him, really. And look at that. Logan Gill gets past him already into the top 5.
He probably won't have too much of a problem with Logan Gill getting past, of course. It's just a separate... Logan Gill can make it stick into the corner. But yeah, it wasn't a little off-track moment there for Jackson Pole, and that's what's caused him to have a slowdown as well as just drop back into that P6 position at the moment. So still the battle remains for P2 as Leo just gains more and more time on him, almost 7 seconds up the road.
He's beginning to dominate here as Albright gets down the inside and through on Kevin Nera. Nicely done, and it has been coming. So Albright is on his way in second position now, and we'll see. Oh no, he's got a bit of a slide on out of turn number 4, and now it gets straight back through again.
Yep.
Again, another display of how difficult these cars are to drive, especially when trying to get on the power.
And Logan Gill actually gets past. Look at the way he just chucks that truck in the corner. Gets past Chase McCook as well. So he's up at a P4. Ooh, that much time. Do you reckon that he can catch up to Leo DeMott and this lead of this race? I mean, at the pace he's going, we'll keep an eye on fastest 5 for 5 too. And there it is. Logan Gill, but not drastically that much quicker as you can currently see. Only just about a tenth between them.
No, I mean, if you average it out, obviously that's for 5 laps, so you've got to times all the gaps by 5 when you're looking at an average gain, and Gill has been overtaking people, but Demet will be lapping people, and Gill will be doing the same. He slides out the final turn there as well. We'll see if it changes at all this lap for Logan Gill as he goes over the line. Well, the time will obviously. Yeah, there you go. It gets even quicker. So yeah, if you can average that 3 tenths a lap, be a second and a half over 5 laps. Yeah, that will be well on his well, though he's got a 24-second gap to close. Compton's also coming through here, not with the same speed, but they both pitted, of course, at the beginning of this race, began from the pit lane. And Peoples back outside the top 10 in these last few weeks. This title might just be slipping slightly away from him.
That's what you don't want, that's for sure. Jackson goes a little deep into the corner. That's why you saw the little lock-up on there as he's trying to chase McCook. And these two haven't finished just yet, my friend.
No, indeed. Albright on the inside again. And through again.
Yep.
Into second in front of Kevin Nera.
Oh, what's happened here too? Looks like Brad Compton's got past Bill. Looked like Dave Stinson had a little off-track moment too, and he's lost that place to Howard, so Howard back into the top 10. He's got Russo for company behind him. Tell you what, it certainly has not been a dull moment in this race so far.
No, not so far. John Russo gets onto the pit straight here in the slipstream of Stinson, and see whether he can get into 11th. Oh, that's late on the brakes. But Russo, don't forget, came from a higher position in qualifying here. Qualified inside the top 10. So did Stinson, in fairness, but he rocketed down the inside there, did Russo, and got himself straight into 11th position there. That's nicely done. He's not in that top 5, but you don't need to be that far down the field. As Kevin Boehm gets a black flag. That might have been for speeding. It's a difficult pit entry to get onto here, and you do have to make very, very hard, especially in these trucks.
Yep, I'm surprised that Michael Cole didn't get it too, because it looked like it was almost sideways at the entrance into the pit lane there, so he must have just got it stopped in time. Further back in the field there, you got Davo, Jono and Bill squabbling for that P10 position. With Howard just up the road there by a second change. He's good to see you.
Yeah, that's what he'll be saying. You can think, and there goes Russo down the inside into 10th on Bonsma. Then Stinson coming in behind as well, trying to... Oh no, where's he gone? Stinson must have spun to the inside just as he thought he had a chance there. And they're sluggishly getting away here. Not far in front of guys behind. Malugin is closing quickly in the light blue there, you can see, but also Leo DeMott, who's leading this race, just coming around that corner as well. Next, he will be putting a lap on these guys after only 13 laps of racing.
Yeah, he's got to be very cautious, isn't it, with the traffic coming up. That's the one thing he doesn't want to throw away this 10-second lead with getting into a tangle like this up the road. You just got to be cautious, don't you? You can just see the cars are struggling here. So hopefully he gets to pass him straight away, and he will. He decides, which he's actually played this very cautiously. He had to. I didn't even know which way the other driver was going to go at that point there, Ewan. So I was like, I think Leo was clever to lift off there and not just keep it fully flat.
Indeed.
It's going to be interesting when he gets to this battle up the road. That's going to be very interesting.
Well, a spin to the inside there
James
for somebody.
Burns, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, when our race leader does approach this, it's going to be very, very, very interesting, because these guys are in a fight, aren't they? They don't just really have to just yield. You should, but...
He's going to have a lot of working his way through here, is DeMott, but luckily he's got the time to do it. In fact, Gill is on Nerat now. Logan Gill for third place on Kevin Nerat, as Russo's pretty sluggish up the hill here. Yeah. For How Peoples, it's about limiting the damage here, because Logan Gill's clearly very quick, and I think we'll be able to finish at least second in this race, maybe even win it, even from starting from the pit lane. But Peoples has got to limit the damage. Down the inside he goes on Russo. He is into 9th, but don't want to be losing too many points, and he's got to keep pushing on here, as Mulligan's clearly found the wall somewhere.
Yeah. I can't even find him. Oh, he's gone to pit road, but there he is. Oh yeah, that's big damage, isn't it?
got no engine anymore. See here what happened to him. Oh, he's trying to get the power out the chicane there. He fights it once and twice, but noses it into the wall. Surprised he's kept going, actually, unless that shot we got was not of turn 1 like I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't, in fact, and Mulligan did indeed just trundle his way back to the pit lane as Logan Gill makes his latest pass for position into 3rd place at the expense of Kevin Nara. He has got almost all of his championship rivals behind him. In fact, anybody else in the top 4 apart from him is now behind Logan Gill after only 15 laps.
And he didn't start 3 like according to what he was supposed to start 3, qualified P3, but they had to end up going down and starting the pit road for whatever reason. Didn't quite sure if they'd loaded in the grid or something, a little bit of a technical issue. But had to fight his way back up to that P3 position where he would have been. No, that's the interesting thing. Wow, look at the loosey-goosey chase. Hold on to it, son. Wow. It's like trying to drive a brick, isn't it? Or a heavy tractor or something around a racetrack. These things.
So powerful, these cars, but just can't get the power down anywhere. I've seen them squirm all over the place when you're trying to get them to go forwards. It's just remarkable. As one of the lap cars here pulls to the left-hand side of the road, and on the right-hand side of the road, the left-hand of our screen, and leaders file their way past on the outside there, McCook and Pole, and that's Russo. They're trying to follow through as well, so that was Wise who was trying to let the lead lap guys through, but not the guy on his lap through, which is always the dilemma you've got when you're a lap car. It gets complicated. You've got to let people through. You've got to make sure you don't let people through for position, though. And Wise did a good job of it there.
There's a spinner in the infield there, so be very, very careful when they come back onto the track.
From 4th place, so McCook and Paul both get through. One of our championship contenders who was running on the podium for some time, was running 2nd in fact, but spins at the chicane and now down to 6th place.
Should get back up to speed. Russo! Wow. It's all happening here, my friend.
It certainly is.
I think you're right, isn't it? It's a survival of attrition. This race is going to be just basically keeping it on the tarmac and bringing this one home for majority of the drivers. Just about everybody's had mistakes, I'd have to say, but apart from our race leader, Leo DeMott, not that we've caught anything that he's done with a 14-second gap up the road.
No, he's been very, very clean so far. Not a step wrong. As long as he laps everybody cleanly, as long as he just makes these overtakes nicely, then should be fine.
Look at this, they're going to ride to the city of
Paul goes for a spin now. Oh, and he's trying to rejoin these in the middle of the road, so trying to get out of the middle of the road, but it's a difficult chicane, not least the layout, but look how steep it is uphill there through as well.
Of course, the drivers are a lot lower, so they can only see essentially this much. Well, this is the cockpit for a driver, that's what you can see. It makes it more difficult with elevation changes. A little easier when we've got a T-cam on top of the car, essentially. As that's wide for the
wide there. Narrows up, and he's only just kept it on the road there. So, does a good job to hold on from Kevin Narrett, trying to get past him. These two only 3rd and 4th in the championship. Only 21 points apart at the start of the day.
Saying Logan Gill's getting it done out there in the chat too. There it is. That's quite. That's almost a second a lap, isn't it?
Average.
Yep. That's
an average of 3/4 of a second a lap quicker, and this is what it's bearing him right now.
Yep.
He's an average of 1.8 quicker than Albright, and he's going to go through here surely on the inside line. Albright will put up a fight, but now that's all of the drivers in the top 5 of this championship behind him. In fact, Leo DeMott's a very long way down now in this championship, having not been here very often, and so Logan Gill can say already this is a job very well done. In 20 laps, he's come from the very back of the field, almost to the very front.
Now, if you're the race leader of Leo, now you're probably going to be listening to your engineer. He's going to be saying, Logan's faster than you per lap. Wonder if Leo's going to start turning up the wick at the moment, trying to make sure that he can keep that 14-second gap. So keep an eye on that in the timing tower. That will start falling a little bit per lap, unless, of course, Leo DeMott starts reacting. And also remember too, these drivers are having to navigate through some traffic, so they will be on certain laps a lot slower than what they would be in clean air. Oh, that's cut the chicane there, my friend. There, Kevin, that's going to hurt your back in the morning, mate.
That would have hurt. That was pretty hefty contact there. The curve on the inside as chases McCook.
Wow!
Oh, wow. Where did he find all that speed?
Yeah.
I mean, through the final turn, to be fair, when you're not actually using the power, which will kick your rear end out and cause you a bit of trouble, these cars can carry a surprising amount of speed around the turns. Even without the banking they normally get to help them out.
Oh, Bill has a little bit of an off-track moment. They are struggling through that section of the track that... Whoa! Contact, I think they were Brad Compton.
Brad, one of those who's come through the field, having started from the pit lane as well as Logan Gill. This is what happened.
Oh, he's gone too deep into the corner, hasn't he? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
No contact there then.
Just a bit too late on the brakes and trying to get down the inside as
oh, look at this.
caused himself to take a few steps backwards. Here's Demott, who is in some of the leaders now, really. Yeah. This is Peoples about to go a lap down.
You wouldn't think that, would you? In the championship, top two in the championship are about to get lapped by this 53 machine here. It's just been absolutely superb. But, however, this is going to cost him a little bit of time, no doubt. You see that 14-second gap's down to 13-second gap. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not at least down to 12 by now. It just depends if Logan Gill, who did have an off-track, I think, moment just before there as well. Logan Gill has to deal with a bit of traffic himself. I'll show you that track map up on the screen there so everybody can have an idea. We're on the green dot number 1. You can see he's got to deal with this traffic up the road. But also the number 2 had to deal with the 15th place truck who's gone into pit lane anyway, so that has cleared up Logan Gill. Now Logan Gill can put a couple of nice banker laps in here, and before you know it, he should get that leaderboard down to about maybe 12 seconds, 10 seconds, 11, as Leo manages to disperse of Howard. Next up on his list of a back marker to deal with is Wesley. Yep,
just a second or so up the road, but this is going to be a common recurrence because if you notice, we're still in the first third of this race, which means anybody who's up to this point, to my mind, I mean, I know racing doesn't quite work as uniform as this, but to my mind, they'll have to do it another 2 times. To everybody's lapped so far, I'll have to lap them another 2 times. I say, it doesn't always work quite like that, but you get the idea. Lots more traffic to be dealt with before the end of this race. That much, I think, is pretty certain. Look at the difference in the fastest 5 lap times as well. It seems like everybody else is suffering with tyre wear that's slowing them down. At the moment, Logan Gill is, if anything, getting a little bit quicker on this circuit right now.
Just have to see how he's got, clean air. He's got the 10th place car there of Dave Stinson up the road. But once he clears Dave, he's going to get into that huge gaggle of cars that Leo's just managing to try to navigate through himself at the moment. Leo's still got to deal with the 7th place driver there of Wesley. So Logan's got to just continue to put these laps in. See, it's 12-second gap now. I figured that. It might even still fall down a little bit more as Leo here once again. Remember too, now you're starting to catch quicker drivers too, so it's not just going to be a zooming on by either. It will take them a little bit longer to start lapping. I'll be on for the chat too. You reckon how many trucks do you think Leo will lap by the end of this race?
Put the guess, to be honest, at everyone but him and Logan Gill, to be honest. Could be only them 2 on the lead lap by the end. I mean, Albright's going to put up a good fight as well, to be fair to him. Very difficult, I think, for anybody else to stay on the lead lap. Beasley's going to have to defend here to stay on. And there's still 50 laps to go. He's not taking the right line through there, through into turn 4. So DeMott gets to the inside. He's got to hope that Beasley doesn't lose it, and he doesn't. So he gets fortunate with that.
So he's clear
and
now.
DeMott fires down the inside, and he gets through and now into first place as well.
Now he's got to get a move on and put banker laps in, whilst this man just cleared Dave in P10. So Logan Gill has got to get a move on. He does have another lap traffic up the road there of James Burns, I think. So still got that damage you can see on the front right. It doesn't seem to be hindering too much considering the speed that he's got. But look at this. This is where you don't want to catch a lap car. And goes on through. We have pit stops at the moment. Jackson Pole's come in. Brad Compton. Now, that's scheduled pit stops, you'd have to say there, Ewan?
I think so. If you want to split this race into thirds and make 2 pit stops, then this is the lap to do it, lap 25. I think for some people, with the way their tyres are, that might be the sensible call, but I think the guys at the front are going to want to split this race in half and therefore go 37, 38 laps on this first stint. And come in and do it again in the second half of this race as well. We're on board with Joseph McCook there, quite close to Kevin Narrett for fourth, but not close enough. Here's Peoples now as Beasley's been overtaken by DeMott, hoping that the momentum can switch in his favour as well. Hard Peoples, and he can get through, but he's a bit closer than this.
That's the run of the chicane there. I think he needs to use that much of the chicane on the inside. That kind of lifts up the truck a little bit too, and gives you a little bit less traction into the corners. You lift the front wheels up there, and you'll put a little bit more pressure on the rears on the opposite side as well. So it's calmed down a little bit, Ewan, just a little bit, as you can see on the track map. No gaps, drivers between a second of each other for the first time we've seen in this race. So Logan Gill's going to come up to a little bit of traffic. I think actually what's helped Logan Gill in this situation as well, too, down to just shy of 10 seconds to Leo on the lead, is the fact that some of those drivers that were battling it out before have gone down a pit road now. So that's kind of disposed of them for him having to necessarily try to pick them past the traffic.
They've lost a few in this race as well, so it's going to feel a little bit less cramped out there. But I mean, in the field we started with tonight, it did feel very busy at this circuit. It's only a minute round here, so very, very cramped, even with 18. And Logan Gill continues to close in. There's his position of gain. Look at the 6th lap he had there, by the way.
Yeah.
Moving on, looks like from 15th to 9th in 1 lap there, but after that, generally trending upwards, making 1 overtake a lap for every few laps or so. Now he's got to make that one last overtake. Get the feeling at the moment that he's got the pace to do this.
You do, don't you? There it is again. So we're slicing out a second. You have to say Kevy's picked up the pace, isn't it? Kevin Narrett. Oh, yeah, as well too. 59s on average. Oh, this is what you don't want to be seeing. He's going to be catching right there. That's Howard Peoples. You see Howard was struggling in the corner. I think Howard's just in general struggling with Lime Rock tonight. And boom!
Oh no! And the championship rivals make contact. Howard Peoples, I think, was trying to stay tight to the inside to get out the way. Logan Gill thought he would carry on at a normal speed. Peoples is sent into a spin. Stinson gets past, and so Peoples down to 8th place. What a disaster that is through the penultimate corner.
Championship drivers getting into each other, and they're not even in positions in the race as well, too. Wonder if that's again. Look at the damage there. Tell you what, this is a tough Toyota. We'll have to see how much this is going to reflect Logan's time at the moment there, Ewan. Because, I mean, he's copped a few bangs in the front of this truck at the moment, and it might be struggling a little bit.
Oh, yep, and maybe it is. Yeah. That was all over the place coming into turn 5 there. All over the place. And Logan Gill.
This might have come down for
he's losing time now.
Kevy's in.
Yep, so might be time to come in for Gill as Kevin Narrett is coming from 4th place.
Yeah, I got a feeling that Logan's going to probably have to be thinking about this in a minute. The passes it on by as he sees Weasley go in. Wesley. Again.
Weasley.
So, Leo's got traffic. He just navigated around. Once again, too, Leo's going to be approaching a ton of traffic. You can see on that track map up there. There's the, I think it's the 12th, the 4th place. The 11th just got to slow down. Bill. Who's this on? Is this somebody trying to unlap our race leader?
Yeah, Mulligan. He's just gone 4 laps down, I think, just now, and he's trying to unlap himself at the moment, but I doubt he'll be successful in doing that.
Keep on that. Whoa!
Loose into turn 1, and Mulligan will get one of those laps back. So Now down to 3 down as Albright comes out the pit. Did he come out the pit lane there or what? He's a lap down now anyway. I think he must have been in.
That's very interesting. So Logan, we suspect with some damage there. Leo having to have a couple of little off-track excursions. In fact, somebody's had an off-track excursion through our famous off-track corner. That's the danger zone right there, my friend. Line off. Something that a lot of drivers have been struggling with. I think it also was that 27 that just had a little off-track moment there. Just decided to get out of our race leader's way. 8.5 is the second, is the gap between our top two. Oh, that's slow. Oh, because it's coming in. That's why.
Yeah, you've got to be really slow on the way in here as well to make that chicane, but also the pit limit as well, speed limit, which DeMott has done. And he'll go to the very end here, the last box but one.
Pit crew jump that wall. Go on, boys. Get to work. Got to replace those tyres, isn't he? Back up. I think it'll be all 4.
Yeah, it should be all 4. I wonder whether he'll do it twice, though, in this race, or whether he'll try and make this his only stop.
So we're still expecting Logan and Chase and McCook to come in. Logan, it says repairs, but that's because down in I think it's just basically because I sat in pit road at the very start of this race. It's just counted that as repairs. But he has not come in since that very start of this race, so certainly Logan Gill will have to come in at some point. As well as Chase.
He will at some point.
Oh,
but
doesn't want to see the cars go a little loosey-goosey up the road, didn't he?
Yeah, Jackson Paul will have a slowdown now as well. That will pop up in a second unless he's slowed down. Oh, no, there you go.
Took the
Taking the normal racetrack there, the one without the chicane.
He's got to be very careful because look at these guys battling around him. Compton. So Jackson just drops a couple of places and essentially one lap right there at the moment, my friend, but he's in P8. Trying to fight for that position again there with Compton. It's the 6. And Compton's going to go very wide on that one and contact.
Has not made his way through the field as well as Logan Gill has, considering the both of them started on the front row for this race today. Gill is now leading. Compton buried back in the pack here, still a lap down here in 7th position as Jason McCook now comes in as well. We're still waiting for Gill to come in, but he's the only one now in this field now we're still waiting for to actually make a pit stop in this race. Everybody else has made one. At least one.
I think they're going to approach the tight chicane with the S's there a lot slower on the entrance. You can see they're just carrying too much speed through there, and thus it's compromising your the ability to cut through there. As I said, like trying to make it as straight as possible. See a little dinged up there on Compton's truck as well too. Logan Gill's in.
Yeah, so responding here, and going to be very interesting to see again whether it's going to be his only stop of the day as well. Same for DeMott, who I think they're both pretty close, to be honest, to make it on just the one stop here today. But DeMott, of course, did the pace laps and Gill did not, and that's
We'll use a fast
what
repair.
maybe has given him this bit of a fuel advantage.
Surely he's going to have to use a fast repair. Yeah, it looks like it's all patched up. You can see that. And there he goes.
DeMott, not that long before Gill gets going.
Yeah. Leo already went past. So, very important for him to clear that traffic as well too, isn't it? So he can get on with it. Gap, 4 seconds now to our race leader right here. So it's all on for Donkey Kong, my friend. As we've got 41 laps remaining in this race.
Plenty of time for Gill to close he's got the ability to close by 1/10 a lap only if he because of the amount of laps remaining, if he wants to, because he'll want to get it done and over with, I think, a lot quicker than that, as Compton, who started on pit lane with him, is now right behind him.
Oh.
But he's as he gets past Beasley there, getting very loose over the top of the hill. Compton started with him, of course, but he is a lap down now, only just having got into 6th place.
Yep, he's got one of those climbing charts as well, but he's just not climbed up to the positions where he probably would like to be. Why is Logan Gill showing us going back into the pits? Because he did not. Testing out some new on-screen graphics overlays as well too this evening, so bear with us.
Did he go into the pit lane for a drive-through or something?
I think he just
has lost 9 seconds.
I think he had an off-track. That's what it might have been. It might have been near the pit lane entrance. Let's have a look.
He's definitely lost some serious time here. That is,
there it is.
Over the top of the hill.
He's carrying too much speed
through
here.
Power, and then he's sliding on the way down.
There it is.
So it would have shown as him on the pit entry. He didn't actually go in the end, but he went for a big spin that cost him a lot of time.
And that's what it is. So the software caught that quite cleverly, thinking that he was trying to enter in the pit lane, but he didn't. But wow, what a catch, no damage. But I think it's just pushing it too hard now, isn't he? Trying to catch that leader. You still got plenty of time, I'd say. It dropped him all the way back down to almost a 14-second gap now for our race leader. So he's got to do all that hard work all over again. But luckily on his side, he's got 39 laps to think about doing it.
Yeah, indeed. Plenty of time to close the gap, although he can't afford to gain only 1/10 a lap again, like I was talking about earlier. He does need to get on with it a bit now, not that he would have needed all that time anyway, I don't think. I think this now might make it quite a close race. He needs at least 3/10 a lap. Suddenly that, that does make you need to speed up a little bit. The fastest 5 will go a little bit weird through this middle point of the race while everybody's stopping and stuff, but Compton clearly going quickly at the moment, and more drivers below a minute with their average as well, which shows that people were struggling with the tyre wear before. It was forcing lap times to go over a minute quite consistently, but not anymore.
Get little off-track moments here. You're going to have Jaden. He's just not having one of those races, is he? Straight on through. Couldn't just stop it in time. That'll just give you a bit of a slowdown. That's probably the best cause of action, you'd have to say, Ewan. If you can't commit to the corner and you know that you're just probably going to be going around even or locking up your brakes, going just slide on through. You'll get a slowdown, obviously, that they'll have to serve there. But at least you're pointing in the right direction, right? Whoa! Unlike the 52 that just went off, Jackson.
Yeah. Difficult race so far for Jackson Pole, down to 8th place from the heights of earlier on, down 2 from where he qualified as well. We're officially, by the way, over the halfway mark now as well.
It's got damage. Oh, there's the
Luggin spins there too in 92, so it's all happening at the moment.
Yeah. And defensively at the moment, Jackson's going to have to defend against Dave. Yeah. He's just going to drive around. I just wonder if Jackson's got damage. Yeah, he is. He's coming in. Now, surely I see that damage that he's got. Like, I wonder if he's just used his fast repair already, because if you haven't, I would be using it right now, my friend. At least your fan club out there probably be asking you to. See if it does beat out the panel. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Maybe
he's already used it.
Yeah.
Hard to know, but it doesn't look like he's going to do too much damage anyway, as Leo DeMott continues on here in 53.
This will be interesting to approach these
cars. Slowing down on the inside there, somebody
yep.
who's a lap down, Spill Bonds, but who's going a 3rd lap down there. That is in front, Chasen McCook, who's in 5th place overall, about to be that now on lap 40 as well.
You're always going to be concerned, isn't it, when you see those puffs of smoke out there or dirt and things like that, because you just know that something's gone off track. And you're going to be approaching the scene of the crime right here, right now. And of course, it's going to be very gingerly getting through here. See how much he slowed the truck down as well? Probably slowed it down a little bit more, actually, come to think of it, because right there, he had to get past. But it's one of those deceiving corners, isn't it? You think you can go a lot quicker into it, but you can't really. You really have to slow it down. And these things aren't designed to brake, my friend, as you're aware. They're designed to go absolutely top speed and just feather the throttle is the word I was looking for. 3 times backwards. And, and just occasional downshift. They're not designed to brake and turn left and right.
Yeah, they just aren't designed for this type of racing. That is absolutely for sure. As the 07 of James Burns gets a long stop here. Mulligan's in for quite a while too. Joshua Wise has left the session. Jason Trocchi, unfortunately, has been out for some time in this race. Michael Kohler's had a very long repair. He's back again, 25 laps down. I guess he's realised that with so many in front of him in the pit lane, he's actually got a chance to gain some positions here as he lets Logan Gill through. He almost comes to a stop trying to let Logan Gill through.
Yeah.
Gill, who is only now 7.5 seconds behind DeMott, who's clearly been slowed down by this traffic.
Logan Gill putting the bankers in, as he knows. Still plenty of time in this race to try to steal that P1 away. And that fastest 5 for 5, wouldn't be surprised if he's not up top there. Yes, he is.
By some distance too. So again, that's an average, and he's a second more than quicker than DeMott in these last 5. Goodness me, that's a 1.25 seconds average per lap. So some laps within that has been more, and that is significant. Even over the course of 5 laps, that's over 6 seconds. A remarkable amount of time gained by Logan Gill here at the moment, and he's,
look at this,
I think, making himself favourite for this race now, to be honest.
Look at these cars here together at the moment. They're all not even racing for position at the moment either. You got 12th place in the mix there of 7th place. And then 10th place as well too around there of Russo. So it's all happening. You're absolutely right about Logan Gill, isn't he? He's got that down to 6 seconds again. But remember last time he got that down, he made that slight mistake. Dropped him another 6 or so seconds off the race lead. Now, you don't want to be doing that too many times in this race. There's your wrench wrangler's repair. Bill, Michael Cole, as you mentioned, had 21 minutes down in pit road. Still back out. You have Kenneth at the moment in there. He's been there for almost 20 minutes, my friend. Getting some repairs done. Whoa! And there's...
and contact too. There's Beasley spins, and there's spin for Russo in response as well. Those two are on different laps here, and they both make contact through turn number 1. This is some of these guys are slowing to a crawl around here at the moment.
Yeah.
This is such a difficult road course for these trucks to be on, given how powerful they are and how not good at cornering they are. It's really forcing those who have got good car control to the top, and Logan Gill has just got better car control than anybody, it seems. They're about to head through his bit of traffic in the field, to be fair, and that might help DeMott hide and protect that position, but surely it's only a matter of time for Logan Gill.
Well, he's also got some traffic as well too, so I'll show that track map up again. That's where they're all bunched up on the track, and that'll be very, very interesting. When you go up to our race leader for a second as well too, he's got to get past these cars. And this is the dangerous part that you don't want to be approaching these cars as you go up through the S's here. Because it will slow him down a bit here. He's going to have to just lift off. Thankfully, he gets a nice little tow there behind the JD machine. But, once again, there it is. That's Howard Peoples up the road. Too, to see ya. This will be costing Leo a little bit of time here. He has to be cautious. Not too cautious, you don't lose too much time. 3.2 seconds down the road is Logan Gill. There it is. So you want to be, that's where you do want to be getting and approaching the cars, don't you? On the straightaways. And he's clear. But that means now Logan has to do the same situation himself. So that's how it's going to pan out for him with this traffic up the road.
Spin in front, a half spin anyway. Yeah, someone through the grass right in front, and it's Peoples.
Yeah, remember what happened last time? These two.
Yeah. These two make contact. Oh, he did it again. Peoples is trying to stay tight to the exits of these corners for whatever reason. You're much better staying on the racing line. I get he's not used to being in the lap car, I suppose, but he's nearly made the same mistake twice there, and Gill's thrown off course. He's out of his own rhythm here, and
wow.
Gill now goes off. He's got to be careful over those curves. He'll lose a lot of time with that mistake right there.
And now he's going to have to do this all over again, isn't he? He's going to have to get past his rival in the championship, and they've already had a collision, as you said. He just approaches with so much more speed. This time around, I think he's aware of allowing the space there, just in case get to another situation. He's going to come back up there and catch that traffic as well. Just can't seem to lock it up, slow it down in that corner, can he? No.
Oh, he's off. He's off. And Leo Demott now has got a great chance to go on and win this race, because Gill was closing very quickly, even despite the issue he had earlier. Now he's gone off again. This could put it into a race-winning sort of place for Leo Demott. The gap is well over 20 seconds. It's snapped one way and it's snapped the other, and Gill is going to have trouble getting control of this truck now because of the warm tyres. And this is going to be a big challenge now with 30 laps to go.
22 seconds now. That's a tall ask even for the superflyer himself, Mr. Logan Gill, who had set the fastest lap. This thing just looked like it's a rally car, drift car now, isn't it? Tyres are certainly overheated. I wish we could actually get tyre temperatures, but unfortunately we can't have that publicly. It's almost drifting. We'd be sharing that information, wouldn't we, if the other teams would be looking at the broadcast then. But, oh, look at that.
Oh, and he's gone now again. He's gone out the final corner, and he avoids the wall again, but he has burnt those rear tyres out. He smacks the wall now. Surely he's got to come in for some new tyres. This suddenly, and he's towing.
He has to tow.
He's towing back to pit lane. Suddenly this has gone from he might not win the race anymore to he might not gain any points on his championship rivals anymore.
Exactly.
Peoples now needs to complete a lap or so while Gill is in the pit lane getting those repairs, and suddenly he might be in a position to gain some points out of him after all of this so far tonight.
That's why you've got to be in it to win it. As simple as that. It ain't over until Bunny waves that checkered flag at the end. That's the situation. He just missed the pit lane entrance as well, too. That's the reason why I figured he wanted to tow for Logan Gill. He must have felt it's just too much to bring that car all the way around again to try to come back in the pit lane entrance. Because that was just not the best ideal place to have a spin, no doubt. It's again just past the pit lane entrance. But this is a nice little battle still brewing up here for P3. As Kevy struggling a little bit on the exit there, chasing McCook up the road there, and of course we're on board here with Brad Compton.
Big good result for Compton to get back to the top three again. After really starting from the pit lane at the beginning of the day, not because he qualified on pole, because he did it all the way from the pit lane.
He did. Once again, it's his chart that he's had to do. And it's going up and up and up since that little dip in the middle there, but that's from pit stops. Be happy with that as long as your chart goes up towards the end and you're doing something right as McCook comes in for what would I'd say his last scheduled pit stop. So this is what you were saying there, probably 2 pit stops in this race. Must be chewing through those tyres, mate.
I think you could do it on one stop, but you've got to be so careful with the tyres, it's almost not worth really doing. Look at the way Compton's now getting loose with this set at the moment. He gets to the inside and through on Nerat, to be fair, so that actually works for him, but I mean, he was properly out of shape there, and it seems again these rear tyres are really struggling with the amount of power that is going through the rear axle, and the rear tyres therefore as well. They are just needing a third set of tyres indeed, which they absolutely have. They're not struggling for the amounts of tyres that they have, but it will cost you quite some time around here. Nearly a lap at this circuit.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one there, Ewan. It's not worth risking it for the biscuit, is it, to try to shorten your stops by one in order to just basically have a car that turns into a drift car, because the tyres just can't handle it. Jackson Albright's in pit lane. You just want to basically just suffer the extra pit stop. Don't have 4 freshies out there to help you find the traction around here. And it's cooler temperatures too. Imagine if it was hot.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Would be very, very difficult indeed today if the temperature was a little bit warmer. We are up further towards the north side of America, in Connecticut, western Connecticut, and so this time of year it doesn't get too warm.
Live there for a little bit.
All right.
Didn't mind it. I had travel to New York.
You should tell me, to be fair, when you haven't lived somewhere. Actually.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
might be,
I had to travel to New York
quicker.
every day on the train from Connecticut. So. Yeah, it's not too far.
Not too far away from the... Well, that's the capital city, that's not true.
Yeah.
But one of the big cities, of course, of America. DeMott now leading
Whoa!
this race by a whole lap as Compton
Whoa!
slides and spins through turn 1. The rear tyres are now absolutely gone on this truck. He might as well come in now. There's not many who've not been in twice. Compton's one of them, and so is DeMott out front. Nerat is another one as well. They, I think, should be coming in here rather soon because these tyres are starting to suffer, I think, for the amount of time they've been on them.
Just wonder how a race leader is handling the situation at the moment. He looks like he's struggling a little bit too. And I think if you're getting your engineer telling you, hey, there's a lot of drivers that are struggling out there on their tyres and they're going all over the place. Is he going to come in? No. No. He would have slowed down before that. So he's done 19. You think about Brad Compton, man, 25, yeah. That's probably the reason why, isn't it? He's done 25 laps on those tyres and he has to go around again, remember, after that little moment. Surely Brad Compton's going to come in. Yeah, he is. He's coming in now. There it is.
Yeah, he maybe should have done it a couple of laps ago,
Yeah,
but
I think
certainly
so, yeah.
good to do it now. He's on his way back out as well.
Yeah. So really, it's going to come down to these drivers now. Once again, you're driving on a thin line, aren't you? Of could be a crucial mistake. What about Logan Gill? He's back out. Actually, no, he's not. He has retired.
No, he's not. He's out of the race.
Wow. Hey, there's a garden though. I've never seen that before. I don't even know where that is. No, so Leo stays out for another lap.
So, as long as none of the others come out behind, Russo, Mulugin, Wise, I don't think Cole's got enough laps to catch him. I know there's 23 laps to go and he's only 21 behind, but he might lose a couple of laps in that time as Nerat comes in. So, it looks like Gill is going to be 12th place, which is 127 points in this system. Peoples at the moment is in 8th position.
Yep.
That is 142. He would gain 15 points of the 37 that he's behind, going with a 22-point disadvantage into the final day. However, has Gill led at all? I don't think he's led any laps. DeMott might have led all of the laps so far, actually.
Yep. Well, Gill's led 4.
Oh, no, that's... Oh, no. Oh, no. That's going to be difficult to work out in the points afterwards.
Yeah, well, the rest of all those drivers leading a lap, that's probably a lot of that's a mistake because of that. You know how it went.
But Gill did lead some.
Yeah, Gill did lead some. The rest of them probably not. Just because the timing tower went all over the place when that was sorted out at the start of the race. So yeah, it'd be the 49 and 4.
So Gill will get an extra 5 points, so it will be 27 rather than 22. But I think Peoples will be disappointed not to have gained more. I know he's behind Bonsma, actually. That's a few less points even again. So although Bonsma will have to come in, Stinson will have to come in as well, although I'm not sure he's close enough to Stinson to actually take his place. Yeah, Peoples, I think, should be well, maybe not should be, but maybe will be a little bit disappointed he didn't make more of this, but I think he'll say, well, this was just not one of my fancied events. And Russo's coming out the pit lane now, so Gill will lose more places here, at least one more place to John Russo, who has come back out here further down. This scrap for very minor points is going to matter down there.
That's right. Howard had to serve a black flag in the pit stops as well too, so it cost him a little bit more time. He was down there for 54 seconds, I believe. Race leader still not coming in.
They must have sped then, I suppose.
Yep, quite possibly. Still got that nice little battle brewing there between Kevin Nerat and Jason McCook. They've had their pit stops, as you can see there. Not much bit of difference between them.
Well, they're going to continue to try and get back past McCook here. These two have been very well matched so far, and now has got the slightly fresher tyres. Not sure that's making a difference right now, but he has got a good run on to the front straight, and he's looking down the inside. And on the brakes towards turn 1, he goes through. So Kevin now up into 3rd position. Nice late on the brakes on the inside. And up into 3rd he goes in front of Jason McCook. He is also gaining points on Logan Gill and gaining far more points as well. Both of these two are. McCook only 75 behind at the start of the day. Now at 96 behind. These guys needing to gain a lot of points are gaining quite a lot of points right now.
Great job hanging in there for the 52 at the moment of Jackson, and he is. Jackson's had an eventful day, you'd say. Mark currently in that P10 position, started up in the P6. Have a look at the at the Jackson graph, and you can see that's just going up and down, up and down. Unfortunately, down a little bit, but back up, climbing. Still in the race. That's the crucial thing to go. 20 laps to go. You know, anything can happen. I just wonder, do you think that's a frustration? Parked it for Logan Gill.
Yeah, maybe.
Just because, two massive attempts that he did to try to catch Leo, and both of them unfortunately failed. And so he just elected to say, well, if I ain't going to win, I ain't going to race. But that's not how you win championships either, is it?
No, that's the part that amazes me about it, really, that he's in this championship fight. He was, not taken out by anybody or anything. And yeah, he did just take himself out the race, first of all with the driving, and then to just exit like that. So let's hope that he appears again next week to hold on to his title at Las Vegas. But I mean, goodness me, he's going to be a lot closer to the others than he otherwise should have been. People's 9th to 13th at the moment is a difference of, how many is it now? 14. See, that's only 9 when you actually factor in the bonus points. So he'll still be 28 behind.
Yeah,
I think will Peoples, but it's the others who are much closer now. Well, not much closer than that, but much closer than they were before, because Jason McCook has gained 36 points. They make that 31, and so he'll be 44 behind compared to 75, and Kevin Nerat will have gained 36 points from his 96, so he'll be 60 behind, and really you want to be within 70 or so in the final round of the season to have any sort of a chance. I think Nerat's chances are hanging maybe thinly, but Gill could have knocked some of these guys out today with the points deficit, and yeah, that incident that we just saw there means that he's not going to.
I can understand with some drivers being frustrated, road courses aren't their forte. But there it is. So, Compton, you can see Leo just letting pile. I was going to say, Leo was probably hitting the pit road. You can see he was starting to drop the pace a little bit in those last couple of laps. No doubt, of course, those tyres are absolutely probably baked and cooked. So, as Compton was having a nice little run, at some point I think Compton was going to pass him anyway. But Leo's just elected to come down there and play it safe, no doubt. Put 4 freshies on. He's got the gap, or at least a minute or so, over to Jackson Albright, so it shouldn't be a problem, pending there's no mistakes there. Didn't speed in pit road either. It's crucial. We'll get 4 freshies on, and maybe he'll get out there and the only thing for him to achieve right now would be the fastest lap.
Yep, no points for that, of course, in this series.
It's bragging rights, isn't it? To take that last little,
it is.
That last little dagger into Logan Gill, I think, at the moment, who has the fastest lap. So that's what Leo could take away. But yeah, I mean, but getting back to that one with Logan, it's kind of like, even if you, or even any of the drivers really, if you don't like the track particularly, I know a lot of drivers don't like road courses too much, but it's still practice, isn't it? You still signed up to race today. You might as well just go out there and put as many laps as you can on the board, because more practice makes you better eventually in time, even if you do struggle. It's the only way to learn, isn't it? I mean, we've all ridden bikes before. How many times have you fallen off a bike when you're a little bit people learn how to ride a bike properly? You don't just fall off the bike once or twice and go, you know what, I'm never going to ride a bike again because it's just too difficult. You just got to learn.
Childhood, to be fair.
Sorry?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but it just feels like it is. Yes, 40 seconds for the lead between DeMott and Albright. That looks safe now with 15 laps to go. And how far can Compton get himself through the field here, though? Can he steal a few last points away from Kevin Narrett, who goes a bit deep into turn 1 there, looking for that late apex here. There's a whopping 5 points on the line here for Kevin Narrett's charge, and there he goes. He's lost them as Compton goes to his inside, coming off of turn 2. He moves into 4th, the pole sitter past Kevin Narrett, whose championship chances are diminishing with this race here, even though he's gaining some points, and he might well have parked that to the back of his mind anyway. He is losing a crucial 5 points there.
Yeah, but you never know. If you're Kevy, you certainly don't give up putting the pressure on there, because clearly a lot of drivers have made mistakes here this evening. It only takes one of them, and then all of a sudden you drop that position back. You can see he's absolutely flying as well, too. So Brad's not just lifting. He's looking to see if he can get timed up there to catch Jason McCook, who's 6 seconds up the road from him with 15 laps to go. That is possible, depending on those times that these drivers are doing. Brad Compton is one of the quickest drivers on the track at the moment, 57.8. Leo did a 57.17. I think that was the fastest lap. Yep, there you go. So I figured he did take the last possible thing he could have taken away from anybody else in the race and gets that fastest lap.
Yeah, but it wasn't the fastest lap overall, though. Logan Gill still got that.
Has he? Okay.
But yeah, it was his personal best for DeMott, though, definitely.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He is going very, very quickly. The thing for Compton, though, is that he was 1.2 quicker than McCook, so with 5 seconds up to him, can he get there before well, definitely with 15 to go.
Yeah.
He only needs about sort of a third of a second a lap, half a second a lap, and he'll be there. The averages here.
That's the last.
As McCook crosses
last
the line as well as Compton here, and Compton's
There it
going
is.
quicker with the averages. McCook's slower, and that is over 2 seconds a lap in terms of the averages. So, yep, Compton may well return to the podium here late on in this race.
Just the way you can see him driving, isn't it? He's just chucking in the corners. Beauty of it right now, of course, is that you're on fresher boots. So we've seen those pit stops that they came in, and he came in 10 laps ago, so he's got grip out there. 13 for Chase. Jason, it's a couple of laps difference. Might be all it makes. Well, that is actually chucking it. Now, if you do that with tyres that are 10 laps older than that now, you'd be in the fence.
Yeah, well, absolutely. So much of this race, it turns out, has been about keeping these rear tyres, especially on side. They've been wanting to skip away from these guys very, very often indeed in these races, in these stints. Sorry, today in this race, it's been pretty difficult, to be honest. So tricky. We talk about the sort of the usual NASCAR racetracks when we go to road courses, because that's not unheard of for the Truck Series at all. In fact, it's more and more common in the world of NASCAR racing these days. The real world circus, although not the Truck Series, was at Circuit of the Americas. These guys were at St. Pete on the weekend. But this is completely different, I think, to any other road course that the series currently goes to. Yes, there's street circuits, whatever. There's Watkins Glen and Sonoma since the beginning of time. But it's much slower. And I think that makes it much more challenging for these trucks that really, outside of Martinsville, don't go very much slower than this in terms of an average over the course of a lap.
Yep, just at a Long Beach last night, actually, in trucks. That was interesting. Because, the wall comes out and bites you quite often. There's the, so there it is. Got to about 2 seconds currently at the moment. He can see McCook up the road. So, going stages of this race, hunting a P3.
Might be able to get there too. Well, we already know he'll get there, but I think he'll get past. Oh dear. And he's going to get a slowdown here, so he's not going to get through now, but he will get closer. And the fact that the lap car's staying out the way is not ideal for Compton. He would like to have slowed it, being stuck behind him, but anyway, he served it. Just a few more truck lengths and they'll be right there. I'd say he'll definitely get there. The question is whether he can actually get past or not, and the odds are definitely in his favour.
Yeah, since he cleared Kevin Brad, it's like a 4 second gap to Kevin now. Has chased down Jason McCook. Don't think they're going to catch Jackson up or right up the road. 13 and 14 seconds up the road. Definitely not Leo. He's left everybody in this field. You called it.
That it will be only him and Logan on the lead lap at the end. Although Logan's not here, so that. Oh no! Compton gets into Cook and he's going to wait for him here.
Yeah,
so Nerat might get them both.
That's
Where's
true.
Kevin Nerat? Watch him coming through. There he goes.
Yes.
Kevin Nerat's up to the top 3. Compton accepts responsibility straight away, but it's cost them both a chance at a podium.
Well, this could be interesting because they could. Oh, that's a lock up at the front. That's some damage as well, too. I think maybe there for McCook. Either way, Compton's had to address this. Absolutely. He did the right thing. It was a my bad situation. But, of course, yeah, they're giving it to Kevy up the road. Kevy's up the road there by 5 seconds. Can they chase him down now with 10 laps to go to retake that P3? Not to mention both of them are battling each other. This race certainly has been very action-packed and entertaining, my friend.
Yeah, certainly has. Compton gets down the inside and he makes that long overdue pass now on Jason McCook, but he's wasted a lot of time there because he's no closer to third. In fact, he's now 4.5 seconds away from it again. Yeah. And now he's only got 10 laps to close it. So he needs significant gains per lap. Based on what we've seen from his pace so far, he will be able to get it. But can he catch and make the pass cleanly in the last 10 laps on Kevin Nerat, who's going to be very eager indeed to stay in front of him?
This is why you're just never out, are you? Kevin Nerat's like, okay, they passed me earlier, but all of a sudden he's back in a podium position now. He's just got to keep this within the lines. Keep it on the track. Don't make any mistakes. Even if Brad Compton maybe give or take sometimes a second a lap quicker, you've still just got to do your best and not worry too much about that yourself. There he is in the background. So it's on again. Actually, Leo just looked like he got a slowdown for probably one of the not many times in this race, but he's got so much time up his sleeve, he does not need to worry about it too much.
No, absolutely doesn't need to worry about a thing. He has that Albright back on the lead lap, though, in serving that. Only briefly, it seems.
Yeah, I think might have got a slowdown, actually, because of those drivers that he was trying to get a lap on as well. So he might have just got caught out a little bit, played it safe, went off into the escape road a little bit, off the track. And so, almost 3 seconds is the gap now. Brad Compton and Kevin Nerat.
Yeah. Compton's got to gain pretty quickly to get on terms. Let's see what the lap times are this time. 58.8 plays a 57.7. So that is enough at the moment for Compton, who is going to be closing sufficiently. And he gets around the outside of somebody there going pretty slowly on the inside line. Some guys coming out here late on for a little bit of a run. Russo's just passed Burns, by the way. Russo was just lapped again by DeMott, but has just passed Burns by continuing on. And Michael Cole is on course to pass Logan Gill at the moment as well. So will cost the championship leader a further 3 points as long as he continues on the way that he's going at the moment. But Compton's on the charge. Here he looks to the inside of Wesley Beasley. He makes another pass there. That's a first lap down for Beasley on Compton. Beasley 2 laps down overall. And Compton clearing the road in front to chase down that podium.
7 laps to go. Like a little lock-up. Oh no, that's not a little lock-up. That's somebody off the track there. He was coming back on. And there's that. That's Jackson Pole here. He's not catching him in the right place, is it there, Brad Compton? Yep, he's going to have to lift off a little bit. Now he gets on gas. No, he's going to have to just lift a little bit flying through here. So how much time is that costing him? This will definitely cost him a little bit of time here.
Wait behind and make his way through this gap is, probably wait for the front straight now. This gap is not quite coming down as quickly as it probably should be. And here we go now to the front straight. Jackson Pole to the left hand side. He's not doing anything wrong here. Compton's just got to find his way through this traffic quicker right now. And with 6 laps to go, I'm not sure he quite is doing that. Last time round, though, he did gain 5 tenths of a second. The problem is the amount at which he's closing is not that much of a problem. The bigger problem for me is the lack of time he's giving himself to actually make the pass at the end.
Yes, exactly. One thing to catch, another thing to overtake. And also having to disperse of all this traffic as well too is not helping him. But that's the same situation for Kevin up the road, and I think that is it. Chasing McCook now is going to be very close if he can get this going. Where's McCook? McCook's going to be approaching pretty quickly.
A mistake's going to be on the horizon again for Compton unless he really tones it back here, because we know how these tyres get, especially late on in the stint. You're not going to pit now. There's only 5 laps to go in this race, but he's going to be with tyres now that are really not agreeing with him.
Just like that, isn't it? You're battling for that P. It seems to be this P3 position, so slightly a bit cursed here tonight, my friend. So hopefully, Kevin Ratz and anybody chasing it has been having a problem.
I was going to say how much it felt like Logan Gill trying to get past or catch up to Leo DeMott in this race. This has felt,
you
know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, having to regain so much time that has been sort of lost again for a second time. You know, it's happening again and again and again, and unfortunately Compton is going to have cost himself a podium here. I mean, just go back to the actual incident with Compton and McCook itself. I mean, if Compton is a bit more patient and makes that pass cleanly, then none of this happens in the first place. First of all, McCook would still be running in 4th, and so effectively that's a bit of contact that for McCook has actually lost him 10 points, and he's still involved, of course, at the front of the championship. But for Compton as well, it has cost him a podium. Just a little bit of patience would have served him well there.
Whoa. Jackson Pole. I don't know if it was Jackson Pole Tony. I think Jackson was coming into the corner there and didn't realise that Compton was coming back through. That's the number 2. They're trying to squeeze on by. Up the road. I don't see anybody with the number 2 on the timing. That's Wesley. Sorry, my apologies. Yes, it is. Look at McCook now too. He's got to navigate through this one if he wants to think about that P4 position.
So he's going to go. Looks to the inside of Pole, and he's not going to get there from that far back. Going to put a lap on the 52.
Somebody off into the fence there, actually. I think that was Michael
Compton.
Cole. Was it Compton?
Is it?
Yes.
Compton's dropped a position.
It is.
Yeah, it is Compton. Might have clipped the grass on the way in or slid all the way down the hill there, because we have seen that once or twice as well.
Compton just not having any... does not want to... liking the end of this race, really, isn't it? Oh, yep. That's going to be a bit of damage as well too, isn't it? So it's going to have to nurse that car home. It's got a bit of a gap there to Wesley. It's almost a minute, so now it's just a damage control situation, isn't it? You've even got a pit stop in hand if you need it.
Well, he looks like he's going to get home with 5th anyway, but Leo DeMott, meantime, is going to get home with an almost lights to flag victory here. Logan Gill led a few laps in the race, and there's that little blip you can see in the middle where the pit stops were happening and where he lost the lead briefly, taking on his first set of 4 tyres, but he has absolutely dominated this race. Otherwise, in a race where at times he was coming under some serious pressure from Logan Gill.
Yeah. Which, once again, I just wonder what that situation would have been there if Logan Gill didn't kind of just chuck it in. He hung up his race boots and for this one. And we'll definitely punish him in the championship, that's for sure. Knowing that Howard is going to be finishing in P8. And there's Howard actually up the road there. Right now that our race leader is about to put potentially another lap on.
So that's 16 points gained from Howard Peoples as he lets the race leader pass for one last time here. He now goes 4 laps down in 8th place, and so not his strongest showing, Howard Peoples, but he stayed in the race, unlike Logan Gill. and he's given us a championship finale to look forward to next week. 21 points separating the two going into Las Vegas. And so Gil would be absolutely sure of sealing the title with a top 5, but we may see other permutations throughout the day. Here comes Leo DeMott into the final corner. Almost a lights to flag victory in the Oakhouse Racing Truck Series. Don't see those too often. Here at Lime Rock Park, it's Leo DeMott who takes the race by a lap over the rest of the field.
Wow.
That is something you don't see very often. Not in this series, not in any series.
No.
But that's the challenge that we've had here tonight. There's Albright, not far behind DeMott. He finishes second, but as I say, nobody completing the scheduled amount of laps here tonight other than the race winner.
And drive there for Kevin as well. As he crosses the line in that P3 position. Chase McCook has Brad Compton, I think, just going off there as well too. And Weasley. Davo. And now Howard will have the big smile on his face, won't he? We don't not to see he's still up 6 positions in P8, but he'll know. Points are points when it comes to championships. And that's all you need.
Yeah, and he is there or thereabouts in it as well. But there's DeMott coming to the end of a little lap here. Don't know if he's waiting for everybody else to clear off so that he can do some donuts or what at the moment, but he can definitely celebrate a great victory here tonight in the Oakhouse Racing Truck Series. A dominant victory indeed as well here at Lime Rock Park. Just
Good.
complete domination over the rest. There are the donuts finally delayed through turn number 3, the narrowest point of the circuit. One of them anyway to choose to go on to the donuts in the grass. So there you go. But it's Leo DeMott who takes the victory in front of Jackson Albright and Kevin Nowat. Hopefully we'll be speaking to the 3 of them in the next few moments. We'll see if we can get the rest of the race results up for you. Here it is, Jason McCook in the end 4th with those late mistakes from Brad Compton. Wesley Beasley a couple of laps down as well with Dave Stinson. Now Peoples down in 8th place, but keeping this championship alive right to the end. Jackson Paul and Bill Bondsman rounding out the top 10. John Russo finished 11th in front of James Burns. Michael Cole, the last of those two, actually crossed the line. Only 1 lap in the end in front of Logan Gill, who could have got so many more points even if he'd just carried on from towing as he did earlier in the race. Jaden Mulligan in 15th in front of Joshua Wise, Kenneth Bowman, Jason Trockey. Some of those guys at the back really didn't get very far through the race at all. Let's have a chat, shall we? They're go the wrong way up the podium this time. Well, shall we? Why not? Kevin Nowat, 3rd place here tonight from Lime Rock. Kevin, welcome in. Good to have you with us, and congrats on finishing in the top 3 in the end. Let's talk about that end of the race first. Chaser McCook and Brad Compton in front of you are having quite a fight. You had your own moment with Compton as well as he caught and passed you. But what was your sort of surprise factor like as you came roaring back past them again, having the fact that the 2 of them made contact? And in the end, it's given you the path to get back on the podium again. Just what were you thinking in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, a little surprised, but then again, I spun out 5 times and I'm on the podium, so that's a first. It happens. I almost got into it with Chase, and we were racing pretty hard at one point, so just lucky. I mean, it was the tortoise and the hare tonight. I was not the 3rd fastest truck out here by far, but happy this is over and to get a podium out of it.
Well, exactly, and I can't imagine you've finished on the podium a lap down too often in your iRacing career either. But how much of this today was coming in about getting it behind you? Because it's been on the schedule the whole time. It's the only road course we've got in this schedule, and it becomes at such a critical late point in the season as well, when everyone's already worn down from the season. Penultimate round setting up the finale next week. I mean, how much going into this was it about actually taking an opportunity or about complete survival here?
That's exactly it. Just survival. It was just don't, wreck the truck. Don't get in too many incidents. Get out of here with the top 5 was what I was thinking. So 3rd place is A-okay in my book.
Well, congratulations on getting that and getting a bit close to Logan Gill as well in the championship, who dropped off tonight, dropping out, of course. But Kevin, thanks for chatting to us at the end, and congrats again on a 3rd place finish tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Now finishing in third place in tonight's race. Jackson, the race winner, by the way, Leo Dermot, was there briefly, but hopefully he rejoins in a second. And we'll, in the meantime, chat to Jackson Albright, who finishes in second tonight. Jackson, welcome in. Good to have you with us. I must admit, especially the second half of the race, didn't see too much of you from our numbers. From about the last 20 laps or so, you were into second, and it didn't change from there. How was your race at Lime Rock tonight?
It was good. I mean, super fun, shifting with the H pattern. But yeah, it was good. Spun out once, but that's a lot less than I thought I was going to do.
Right, sounds like a lot less than lots of others in the series as well. Just tell us what a challenge Lime Rock was compared to other road courses, I really want to know, because this is not the traditional NASCAR road course, if you like, when you compare it to places like Watkins Glen, Sonoma. In my head, they're a lot faster and therefore easier. What was Lime Rock like?
It's really heavy on the braking, a lot of shifting. It's similar to like short track racing, but on a road course.
Yeah, well, congratulations on getting through that and getting to second here tonight, and thanks for chatting to us at the end of the race as well.
All right, thank you.
Thanks very much. That's Jackson Albright finishing in second place tonight at Lime Rock as well, and Leo DeMott just in time has got himself into the waiting room as well. Leo, welcome in. Congratulations on taking the race win tonight here from Lime Rock Park. Just how was that for you? You seemed to absolutely dominate, although your lead came under pressure in terms of the gap closing at various points throughout there in that race. Just tell us what that was like, having your lead closed on there, or whether that was in the back of your mind compared to the focus of keeping the truck on the road.
It was definitely big in the back of my mind. I've turned many laps here in the game. This is probably my most timed track, and I was starting to get really mentally fatigued. My eyes were getting definitely really tired. I haven't done a race this long on iRacing so far, but eventually, yeah, his lead closed up, and I kind of just put the hammer down, opened the gap back up, and it dropped down to like 3.9, I think. Opened it back up to about 8, and I think he ended up having an unfortunate end to the race. But overall, really happy with my result, and I thank you guys for letting me come out tonight.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's a strange one, isn't it? We haven't seen you too much this season in the iRacing Truck Series, but how do you go generally in these sort of situations? Are you one of those guys who likes a road course like this, likes the Truck Series around a road course like this, or is this a surprise win to you? It's maybe not that you've won, but in the domination that we've seen from you tonight. I mean, this is more than a lap over the rest of the field in its entirety here.
Definitely a surprise to me. I'm not really a big oval guy. I've raced karts in real life, and I've been to actually the Truck Series race here in real life back in June, and definitely a surprise. Very happy overall, and mainly this is actually my most, like I said before, I think I've turned the most laps on this track in this game than any other track by a lot. Like, I think I would probably say I have like 15, 20K laps on this track. Haven't really driven this truck much, but I kind of adapted to it over the past few days because I knew this race was coming up.
Well, congratulations on taking the race victory here tonight, Leo, and thanks for chatting to us at the end of the race as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to come out here and do this, and I'll hopefully be on some oval tracks again soon. I think I raced once in, forgot the track, but I did race once and did all right, but I'll definitely come out here and join you guys some more. I had a really ton of fun. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, absolutely. You're very welcome to come back. Leo DeMott taking the victory here tonight at Lime Rock Park in the Outcast Racing Truck Series here, round 9 of the series. Biggles, it's an important day for the championship coming in though, and Logan Gill has missed the opportunity to knock out his championship rivals. It will go down to the final race where he will need a top 5 at the very least to, well, not at the very least, sorry, but at the very most, he will need a top 5 to get himself through. May even need less than that with leading laps and so on. Maybe it will only be top 6 or 7 or whatever. We'll work it out when we get the proper points coming into next week's race. But that was, as I say, a chance to knock his rivals out, and he wasn't able to do it tonight. Yeah,
well, it's going to definitely bring for some drama. Absolutely, for the final round there in Viva Las Vegas, and that's the one at the end of the day. So it's up for grabs, the championship, the trophy, the one that you want to be holding up at the end of the season that we started in Daytona. So you've got to definitely tune in for that final race. Same time, same network, Same place. Thanks.
We'll be here again absolutely. 7 days' time. Don't forget the clocks are changing this weekend in America. So if you're not in America, then be wary of the start time next week. That might only be me and Biggles, but we're going to have to be very wary of when the race actually starts next week. But wherever you are in the world, if you're not in America or indeed a part of the world that's changing the clocks this weekend, then do be wary of the change in time for our final race next week, because it will be different depending on where you are in the world. But anyway, we'll be here same time, same place anyway in the Upcast Racing Truck Series from Las Vegas. You'd say the only normal circuit really for the second half of this season. It's what's made it so unpredictable and so enjoyable. I've been Leary alongside Dean Beagles here tonight from Lime Rock Park, the penultimate round of this championship. Until we see you in Vegas next week, it's goodbye for now.